Teams message from IT, and they said, "Were you using Anthropic?" I said, "Yeah," and they said, "You can't use that." So I literally spent today. I transferred like all my ChatGPT stuff and Claude stuff to Copilot because that's where we use Microsoft for everything.
Yeah, Copilot's open AI, just so you know.
Oh, okay, nice. So it's ChatGPT essentially.
Yeah, it's actually not picking up our mics. Hold on.
Hello, hello, hello.
It's not.
You can always go to the audio settings and just change the device.
No,
And then
that's where
I sent you the stream as well. It's unlisted for now until we get more people on here and start going live. And start the recording back.
I think we should shut that. Like, it seems like there's too much glare in the back, don't you think?
Yeah, you guys are a little
glary, right?
Yeah, because the light is in the back. You guys are dark. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
You're more of a silhouette.
Shut the top light off.
Yeah, I don't think we need
That one. No. But try that one first. Is that better?
So anytime you want to
Is that
interject
better,
like a
guys?
video,
Or it's still bright? That looks pretty good. Too bright?
A little better.
It's a little better.
Turn that light off. There you go. Turn the ceiling light on. We got 9 minutes. We're okay.
So anytime you want to interject like any kind of videos or anything like that, just say, hey, it's a good question. Let me show you. Boom. And then you can do whatever. Okay.
Actually, Justin, before people start joining and stuff, is there a way to do like where Pat could be the host and control his slideshow and Stacy and Bruno also be the host? Like, does everybody have a share screen function? You know what I'm saying? We don't want random people sharing a screen, but we still want Stacy and Bruno to be able to share their screen.
Well, they're going to have to share their screen.
Yeah.
So how it's going to work is anybody can share their screen, but no random person obviously is going to share their screen.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody's going to be a nitwit.
So that's the only way to set it up, so that way they can share their screen. But when it goes, like when you're watching the live stream, it's really going by who's talking. And then like when Pat shares his slides and starts talking, like you'll see that part of it. Like,
gotcha.
Guys, you're going to have a hard time with the slides. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. So do it however you think's easiest.
I be telling Pat all the time.
The
slides.
Be better than the slides, Pat. You're better than the slideshow.
Put them up and put them down, baby.
Well, I am. I'm gonna blow right through it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go just to give them an idea.
We
would go right through.
So I could share screen right now, right?
Yeah.
You should be able to.
But
how's our sound? Is our sound okay?
Check.
You guys sound good.
All right, because it's not using our mics, but that's okay. All right,
so
so
beautiful.
Let me do a quick test real quick.
So I just hit stop share.
This could be a weekend getaway.
Dream trip.
Today we're going to show you a practical AI skill that can save you time, reduce frustration, and help you create a better experience.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, a cruise, a family vacation, or...
Does it sound okay?
Yes.
Sounds good. There's a little bit, I don't know if it's my connection, a little bit of a lag with the sound and the video on my end.
You could get some of that.
Dream trip. AI can become your personal.
Yeah, there might be a little bit of lag, I say.
Maybe if you guys like preload it, like keep it up in a different
That's
tab.
what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna
And it looks
preload
like there's some grayed out parts.
Yeah, there's some grayed out boxes.
grayed out, gray.
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird. Like,
It might be the light. Hold on. All right, we'll shut those off.
Today we're going to show you a practical AI skill that can save you time, reduce frustration, and help you create a better experience.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway,
You still see grayed out spots?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm
At the
gonna
very
actually
bottom.
text you in the top. I just sent you a text, Bruno.
So Justin didn't see it earlier.
Let me see it. Hold on one
Oh,
second.
no, that's not gray. Where do you see gray? That's our lighting.
What are you looking at? You looking at the actual video or the live stream?
No, I'm looking at what Jared sent us. Do you actually see gray or did you see a blue light?
No,
That's
I
all
see.
gray.
Yeah, me too. Let me maybe text it to Justin.
I mean, this is what I see. Look,
Yeah, but what I circled, it's like you see the gray box.
a gray box.
There's
In the
no
bottom
reason.
left, there's a small gray box, and on the top, right under, it's like it
That's just
blocked out
our-
like chat or whatever it says, something.
Oh, I
Plan your
see.
next
Up here,
vacation.
he's talking about.
Oh, there.
There.
And on the bottom left, like really small box.
I wonder if that could be your, is everybody seeing that too? Everybody see it?
I
Let's see if
saw
the
it.
live stream sees it.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me close it.
Here, I'm gonna put the live stream video in the chat. Play it now, Bruno.
Oh, let me bring it back up.
Yeah.
We're very
I'm gonna
light.
mute myself.
So, okay, that has nothing to do with it.
Jared Hill in the house.
The live stream video in the chat. Jared
Yes,
Hill's
sir.
in the
Hey,
house.
Jared.
My God. Bring it back up real quick, Bruno, so I can check the live stream.
Could it be that?
Still see it? Guys, you still there?
I don't see any video pulled up, or I just see you guys talking right now. I don't see any
Hold on.
boxes now.
Yeah, I'm watching the live stream actively, so just play it. I'll let you know.
Turner.
dream trip. AI can become your personal travel
Turn.
assistant.
Let's dive in. Open up ChatGPT and simply tell it where you're thinking about traveling. This could be a weekend getaway, a family vacation, a cruise, a road.
You see it still?
Yeah,
Yes. You don't see it, Jared? I mean,
no, I see it. Oh.
Justin?
No, not on the
Okay,
live.
so it's just us. So Justin's fine on the live stream.
This could
Okay.
be a weekend
Yeah, the
getaway,
live
a
stream's
family
good.
vacation, a cruise.
Okay, perfect.
See it still?
No, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
There's definitely a huge delay.
I mean,
I can tell you that much.
Justin?
The live stream, there's
No.
gonna be a delay.
Okay,
That's for
so
sure.
It's us. So Justin's fine.
The live stream, there's always gonna be a delay. But I didn't see it on the live stream.
I wonder if it has to do, I had the lighting set with Justin. Now I don't like the lighting. How's the lighting? Not great.
Not great.
No,
think
because all the
maybe-
windows in the back. That it's more like a silhouette. It's what's going on. But that's all right.
You guys are fine though.
like a,
Should we,
Do you have shades? You don't have shades on those windows?
should we just,
right?
If
you
you
could
had
say,
shades on those windows, it would be perfect.
There it is.
Now we gotta put the lights back on though. It's gonna be too dark.
Yeah, I
Then you
think
can
the
put the
lights
lights
would
on.
be
That's
better.
it.
Good, Steve.
I'm looking at the light to see if it's okay.
Just cover that center one right there. Yeah. Cover those. Yeah. Yep.
Do you guys have maybe a tripod that you can put your phone flashlight on and hold it?
No, they got lights.
They have lights.
We got Bill in the house. We got Ryan in the house. Got Jared in the house. What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's
How you
going on,
guys doing?
guys? Looking forward to the night.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Oh, that's 1,000 times better right now.
Yep.
Bruno, that's 1,000 times better.
You guys, just working out the kinks.
That's 1,000 times better.
Now we're talking.
Now you're perfect. Yep, you're good.
All right.
Yep.
All right, you guys got to give me a minute. I was trying to get this stuff launched.
Okay, that's fine. You can do that. I'm gonna
Yep.
reclaim
Yes.
the host.
Yeah, you don't need to be the host. You're good.
Okay. Let me just hit share then.
Because we're already live. So I just got to take it from unlisted. So hold on. Let me do that first. Let me unlist the live so that way people start to see it in their feed.
Okay. Are you recording, Justin?
Yep, I think the recording went back on. And now we are live. Let me double check the recording. Record to the cloud. You got to accept this request because you took the host.
Where's the request? Well, let me unhost it. Can you take the host?
Yeah, let me.
Reclaim it back.
Let's see.
No, but I need the power cord. So don't run out. Or something to set up. Thanks. So,
Okay, I'm now the host. Resume recording.
Okay, we're gonna start in 3 minutes.
all right, we're going live on 9 platforms at the same time.
Perfect. 3 minutes, 6:05.
And I'm live on TikTok too, just so you
Yep.
guys know. Guys,
That's
we're about to
awesome.
learn some AI secrets from AI Unlocked in the house.
What's going on, Tina?
Hey.
Hey, Tina, how are
Hey,
you?
team. You get a lot of feedback. You get a lot of feedback, dear. A lot of feedback.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Hopefully we can get her. She is a credit specialist from Trenton.
Stacy on?
Stacy, yep. 2 minutes. We're going. We're starting it up.
Were you able to get that?
Oh.
Did it work over there?
Yep.
The 1 minute countdown.
Yeah,
It's the final
9
countdown. Where's the music at?
It's the final countdown. Although I can't sing. We should have some of our schoolers on tonight.
yeah, we definitely will.
I think Tony Jenkins, Joe Calico, Tina Crawford, Patty,
Yeah. Mhm.
Daryl.
Okay, it's 6:05. We're going to get things started. I know it's been a long day, especially after a weekend. Welcome to the Power Hour. The goal of the Power Hour is to bring to the real estate community and to everybody just valuable information where you can utilize this information to expand your business. And today I'm super excited. I have two rock stars, Stacy and Bruno, in the house, which we'll do an introduction in a moment, but super excited for them to be on, especially with you guys, doing all your different speaking engagements that you do, and you actually get paid to do this. And today, as a favor, you're doing it for free. So, guys, come with questions because this is an opportunity to really, really gain some good knowledge. So I always start off with what are we going to talk about? Well, of course, we're going to talk about what's going on in the market. Super quick. The highlight of the show, once again, is Stacy and Bruno. So, what are we going to be talking about as far as rates? Interest rates are still fluctuating anywhere between 6.5 to 6.75, depending on what kind of program you do, depending on credit scores, if it's a single family, investment properties, there's fluctuations when it comes to all that. But interest rates are still being a little bit stubborn. We started out the year with interest rates in the high fives, low sixes, and they went up a little bit with the conflict in Iran. But what could change things in the future? Well, first, we have a new Fed chair, Kevin Walsh. And what the Fed, they're really a big mover in where rates are, even though it's not 100% connected, the interest rates with the Fed. Like they can't just, have a magic wand to say lower rates when it comes to mortgage-backed securities or mortgage bonds. They control more of the short-term interest rates, but they are talking about raising interest rates as opposed to cutting. We started out the year with the Fed talking about maybe 1 to 3 rate cuts. Now they're talking about maybe 1 to 3 rate hikes. And the reason why is inflation being a little bit stubborn above the 2% target rate. And one of those reasons is the price of oil. The price of oil went up with the conflict. And now we're seeing oil come back down in the low 70s, high 60s, pretty much where we started at before the conflict happened. But just like, turning on your bathtub, water spigot in the bathtub, your tub doesn't fill up instantly. It takes a little time. So as oil, comes into the market, that will cause, hopefully, inflation to come down a little bit as far as that, because goods have to be transported somehow from point A to point B, and generally it's oil that does that. And of course, we have the job numbers. Job numbers just came in a little bit low, but they were high. They had some revisions. So, all these factors are being looked at. Hopefully, interest rates will come down a little bit. But hey, if they come down, I think the best we can hope for this year is 6.25 to 6.5. I don't really see us being in the fives unless something crazy happens. Okay, so what are we talking about? Today we're going to be talking about AI and how to utilize AI. And one strategy of AI, use it as your marketing assistant. With Facebook posts, Instagrams, so on and so forth. We're going to really get into how you can do that and actually see real life examples. Also, build follow-up systems, how you could turn around and send birthday messages, first contact texts, appointment confirmations, campaigns for FSBOs, expired listings. So you can build that out. You can also be an expert in the marketplace. Utilize AI for that as far as inventory changes. market prices, days on market, information about schools in the area, new restaurants. Be an expert. That's what people are looking for, being an expert. Also, setting up standard operating procedures. Okay. Over time, you're going to be doing the same thing over and over again, whether it be listing presentation, open house checklist, contact timelines, closing checklists. All these you can build a data, a library for that. And last but not least, the better you are in prompting AI, the better results you'll get. So really, really be specific when you're asking questions for it. You really want to turn around and say, hey, I'm a realtor in Philadelphia listing a home in Bucks County with 5 bedrooms, blah, blah, blah. And really, really be descriptive when it comes to it so you can get the best results as far as that. So with that, I by no means am an AI expert in any way, shape, or form. So it's my great, great pleasure to introduce Stacy and Bruno, founders of AI Unlocked and AI Academy, a growing digital learning community dedicated to helping entrepreneurs and real estate professionals navigate through artificial intelligence in their business. They've trained over 10,000 students worldwide. Remember, AI is worldwide. Okay. And teaching ChatGPT, Claude, Canva, CapCut, among many others. Stacy and Bruno also wrote 2 books. Okay. And those 2 books, one is out and one is just about done. So be sure to check that out. Also, they have collaborated with organizations like the Los Angeles Tribune Podcast Networks and have done seminars throughout the country. So it's my pleasure to introduce Stacy and Bruno. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah, already talked about that. Okay. And these are the links you had Chris the other day. Yeah. So, 2 again.
Oh,
Okay. So what we're going to do here is I have well, first of all, I must say this. Stacy, rumor has it it's your birthday in a couple of days.
The 9th, yes.
There you go. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I didn't want to
Thank
forget
you.
that one. Okay.
Thank you.
So the first question I have for you when it comes to AI, social media, anything, however you want to talk about it, is if you're just starting out, what is the first thing I should do, or should I be afraid? Not be afraid. Take over. What would be the first steps?
So I don't think that you should be afraid. I think that you should welcome your large language models with open arms. It's only going to help you amplify your business and really streamline everything. You also want to contact Stacy and Bruno. We have our own school on our own platform that helps take the overwhelm out of that. So there's some specific OpenAI large language models that we recommend. So you don't have to be scared of all of the tons of shiny objects that are out there. We focus on a few that can help run your business and, multi-million dollar business. So just jump in and start learning and take the overwhelm out of it.
Yeah, and thank you for the warm welcome, Pat. Our 10,000 student trained, the goal that Stacy and I set is 1 million trained students worldwide. So we're going to be now targeting to train 1 million students, and we're going to be keeping track of it as we grow, and then we get to travel the country as we're down here in Florida. What Stacy said is exactly right. I always quote Bruce Lee. He'd rather do 1 kick 10,000 times and perfect it than work on 10,000 kicks 1 time, right? So, I noticed that you mentioned Perplexity to search neighborhoods. I know Justin works with Claude Cowork. So Stacy and I have spent time with 13 large language models, experts in 7, including Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, and the others mentioned. We implore people that are listening to this to stop messing around with tools they do not need. That's where I would start. ChatGPT, CapCut, Canva, and 1 social media platform can generate a multi-million-dollar advertising company. Okay. If you are not ready for Claude Cowork or Claude, please use Chat GPT. It'll be the best $20 you spent. The news brought it up and they had a big privacy discussion about it. So it made Claude very popular. Most of the folks online can't even use Claude at its maximum potential.
Why do we say ChatGPT though? ChatGPT is the nucleus of all of the open large language models, right? And ChatGPT becomes your own personal assistant. Whereas if you start to speak to it and start to season it, it will remember the things that you're putting into your ChatGPT, okay? And it becomes your virtual companion. And the other ones do not remember you like
Claude
that.
Cowork and Claude will create automations for you that are exceptional. That's fine. ChatGPT's automations creates personalized automations. It's even more exceptional. Most people just don't know how to get there yet. And that's what we've been teaching in our classes. So to answer that question, get started with ChatGPT. If you're paying for other models, I would suggest, unless you're really doing well with them, to just, we could talk about it. But for $20 a month, that's the only large language model you should actually have a subscription for right now if you're a beginner to intermediate. If you're not coding, ChatGPT handles everything that you could possibly need. So we really try to dial people in on that because they use Claude and then they get confused, or they use Perplexity and it only does one thing. And now they got 10 applications and they don't know what to do. When you can search a neighborhood just as powerful on ChatGPT as you can on Claude or Perplexity if prompted correctly.
Okay, so
that answers the question, Pat.
Absolutely. So I have a question here. So, and this is how I sort of utilize it a little bit. But I have to be honest, I have mainly people do it for me. So it's really not, I understand it, but I don't actually do it every day. But some of the things that, we're doing and I'm seeing is being done is just doing, multi-platform posts. So if I turn around and say, hey, create a social media post for Facebook, for Instagram, for LinkedIn and so on, you're able to put that prompt in there and then it will turn around and develop for those specific platforms those prompts, so you can then turn around and put it out there for your different social media and then have it posted, and there's certain tools that will post all that for you, so you're just doing one prompt and then in turn all that is being automatically going out to the different media. So can you talk about that a little bit? Or
Hey Pat, if I may interject, and I don't mean to cut you guys off since I do your social media, I do want to highlight the importance of what you just said. Prompting is like every platform has its different specificities, if I'm saying the word right.
Yes.
And when you have a brand, I know they're probably going to go over brand guidelines, stuff like that, but having your brand guidelines and your tone and the way you want to post is so important because, like you said, you can have that document uploaded into a project folder in ChatGPT. And for instance, for you, when I post your content, I literally take a transcript, hit Command Social Post, and it spits out all platforms just like that. So that's my 2 cents, but this ain't about me. This is about them.
I'm glad that you said that, Justin, because we do videos and we're getting ready to do more videos that are going to say Chat GPT, it will be the brain. Perplexity, research. You have to know what the platforms are for and how much you need that deeper research before you waste your time going to another application. Some of those are just marketed, really done well marketing, but Perplexity is almost barely even in the top 5 now.
But if you want to stay with chat, right? Stay with chat, and if you can produce your marketing within the images that satisfy each of those platforms, it'll act like a spider web and go out to 7 to 10 platforms, and you can schedule those accordingly, and then go about your day, and then come back and follow up and make sure that you respond and contact and interact on your platforms as well. That's still important.
Here's an exact inference of what you talked about. You can create a prompt and we just did this in our class last week. you can create an image size 1 colon or do one, I would do 9:16. The sizes of your image are absolutely imperative to the reach of your algorithm and your post. So you would do a 9:16, which is a vertical, and then say, I would like 8 individual images of Bruno and Stacy with a positive note on the one image. It'll create 8 different images on one. We then cut the images. After that, we then say create 10 Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok posts due to their virality. It'll then create all the posts. We then create the videos in CapCut, and CapCut has what, Stace? It has a scheduler. CapCut right built in can get to TikTok, Facebook, Instagram from ChatGPT. Let me explain why. ChatGPT is the engine of CapCut. Jared said he just had a regulation issue with the program and switched to Cowork. Guess what's the engine of Cowork? ChatGPT. So the reason why they were telling people to stick with the Nike brand. Now listen, next year we could be on this podcast and we could be saying Grok is the best thing since white sliced bread. But as of right now, 980 million users logged on ChatGPT last week, 330 million users logged on to Claude last month. Let that sink in for one moment. Those are the coders and the engineers that have bigger platforms. That's why you see Claude everywhere and you don't see ChatGPT as much. But I promise you, every one of those experts in Claude use ChatGPT as their main software.
So we don't want to overcomplicate this, right? That's where it starts to put the fear into people. And we want to take that out, the overwhelm. And that's why we created the platform that we did within school called AI Unlocked Academy. We have that broken down into tiles and into tutorials, live, animated, and we do lives every Tuesday as well, to then go back and go over things that people are learning. So we just wanted to kind of give a little bit of an insight on how we teach it just from the downloads.
Okay, so if you go into chat, because a lot of times people will turn around and say, I don't know, what to talk about. You could do a prompt. Hey, I'm a realtor. I want subject matter, and it'll spit out all that information, and then from there, then you can incorporate saying, I want to do a Facebook post, I want to do an Instagram post, I want to do a LinkedIn post, that kind of thing, and then it can create those specifics for that. Then, if you want some graphics, then you can incorporate Canva in there. Correct or no?
So Stacy and I are ambassadors of Canva. We just created our 9,000th image and template. We also build templates for Canva and CapCut. And unfortunately, we're starting to waver a tiny bit on Canva. So
ChatGPT is taking, and CapCut is taking the place of those types of things. So Canva isn't, maybe for some tedious things, text and things like that, maybe still. But even Gemini can clean those things up.
Good.
Here's one of the most important factors for chat is you want to define the role, right? So garbage in, garbage out. And so you want to say act as, if you're going to act as a top licensed realtor in Pennsylvania, if you're going to act as a top cardiologist, all those roles matter. And it will take out those hallucinations and bring a more higher percentage of accuracy in your prompting.
And the way you want to do that, guys, is, and if it's a short prompt, that's fine. But what Stacy and I like to do is act like you're talking to a person. So you start off and you talk in sentences. So we would say, act as a top home inspector in the state of PA, and hit enter. Okay. And then let it bring all the information forward. Okay. It almost brings the dictionary and all the rep rules forward. Then ask a basic question. Summarize this home inspection report. It will summarize the home inspection report. I'm actually giving next week's class away. Summarize the home inspection report. After you get the information, then you can ask those really detailed questions. Hit enter, guys. Don't type these long, exhausting prompts, because do remember, you're talking to an algorithm. So if you type a word wrong, like don't instead of do, it reverses the whole algorithm. So break your prompts into, we call them stacking. You want to stack those prompts neatly and break them. If you have a very complicated system, like for instance, if you wanted to write a book, I want to write a book, act in the honor of Steven Spielberg and the style of, someone else, of Bruno and Stacy. Hit enter. Let it bring that information forward. Then begin to have the conversation. Don't type these such detailed prompts that you're confusing your large language model. I hope that helps, Pat.
No, that's actually some really, really good insight and information there. Okay, so we know CapCut is better than Canva.
I hate to say it.
For right now, it is. Their additions that they've been making have been better than Canva currently.
Stacy had mentioned something, Pat, before your next question about Gemini. They're the two main large language models that we use in the front of our house. Okay. Gemini has outstanding realism. All right. So if you make an image or you make an infographic that turned out extraordinary on ChatGPT, the reason why Canva used to be so great is you could bring it onto Canva and correct or fix anything. Now you can bring it onto Gemini, and Gemini really, really crispens it up. So, those two large language models for your front base, for your content design, have been extraordinary, Pat.
Okay. So the next idea I want to talk about is building like some systems or follow up texts and appointment confirmations, birthday messages, and all that. Now, how would you accomplish that? How could you set up some systems to help you to automate your business? Because the whole thing here is you want to be able to talk to people, because that's what people want. Conversations.
Correct.
There were some of the statistics that NAR came out with that buyers and even somewhat sellers, but more buyers are saying that they want the realtor less to show them, find them properties, because they believe through the different portals and everything, they can find properties themselves, but they want to be more advisors. So when they walk in to a home, to turn around and say, hey, you notice it's, single pane glass, or you notice this stain, prevent me from making mistakes. So that's starting to move up the ladder, where that's more of a human type of thing to do, versus, hey, some items that, hey, I can search, and even with chat and the different portals, Google getting into the MLS games and all that kind of stuff. So people believe that they can find things. Of course, agents have a little bit more knowledge and more ability to access more things, but that mindset of an individual say, oh, I can find, but they really, really value, the expertise. So just setting up, those the giving you time for conversations and all that kind of stuff. How can you automate some of these tasks that you would have? And I know CRMs do that, but how can you personalize some of that stuff?
So what I could tell you is we use Go High Level at the most basic version, because most people have no idea how to operate Go High Level. And if they're paying someone to do it, Follow Up Boss and some of the more user-friendly ones for real estate will accomplish that at a quarter of the price, and they'll be more dialed into your sold.com or realtor.com or any other leads you may use, any lead sources you may use. So as much as we love Go High Level and we do a lot of work with Go High Level, for real estate agents, we really want to try to dumb it down and really make it simple for those that 50-year-old, we talk about, single mom who's running around and trying to figure things out. You can use an Apple phone and you can hold in a text. And if you hold it in, it can set reminders and also send out birthday messages right through your text messages. So you could also use ChatGPT's scheduler. So there's ways right through ChatGPT and other ways and other systems that are a lot less intrusive. I will ask everybody that is listening to check that what your ROI is on your open rates. If you're at 60, 70, 80% open rates, make sure that you're at like a 3 to 5 to 10% conversion rate. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what that system's doing for you. 1% conversion rate is I don't even know what to say about it, but it makes it a lot's happening and things. So me and Stacy do a lot of that by hand. We'll create videos and things like that, and we text a lot of those birthday things by hand. We do a lot of that on social media. We do between 500, now it's more like 750 and 1500 notifications per day on social media. We find the connection we make on social media converts much better than a text message or email.
Okay.
So we'll use many chats. We'll also use our business Meta Business Center to automate birthdays and many chats for Instagram. We're finding a better result
But
there.
the newest version of chat has those tasks built right into it, so it can make your life a lot easier if you have special tasks on a daily basis that that are always going to be repetitive. It can send you those daily reminders. It can pretty much set up any of those automated things to make your life a lot less hectic, so you can be in front of your clients more. And we do implore people that the consumer, we want them to be more educated, right? The more educated the client is and the more educated the realtor is, helps cut out all of the other, nonsense that we don't need to, put forth, if they understand it just as much as we do.
Let me ask a rhetorical question. How great do you feel when you get an auto email, happy birthday or text? Did you go, oh, Pat really thought of me?
Right.
Or do you say, here's another sales text that you probably don't even open? So Stacy and I have a scheduler that reminds us of people's birthdays, and then we will go and chat will instantly create the image for us, and then we send them a personalized image by hand. See, Stacy and I travel the country telling people that we don't teach AI so that you could spend less time with your clients, family, and friends. We teach AI so that you can spend more time in front of your clients, family, and friends. And an auto happy birthday to us doesn't feel very personal, unfortunately.
Now, do you have an example of a birthday? I think I saw one for Stacy.
I think you do.
Can you pull that up? Do you have that, or is that easily accessible, or no?
It's easier probably from you guys to be.
Okay, let me see.
Yeah.
And while we're doing that, I can show that. Do you have I know you did a couple videos. Do you want to pull up
Sure.
a video? So why don't we do a video?
We
while I
brought a
look
couple
through that?
videos with us, and it's going to have exactly how to create it and everything like that, the prompt and everything. We thought that we would try a travel prompt for you guys. Now, I know folks are using ChatGPT and other sources for travel. I will say that Google Travel has been doing really well with pricing, just so folks could know Google Travel has really upped its game. But what we're going to show you is not just how you create an experience using ChatGPT, but you could create maps, graphics, print them out, give them to your children, give them to your family, etc.
Oh, wait, before we do that, I have this real quick. Let me show you this. So let me see. Did that pop up?
Yes.
There it goes. So that's an
Oh.
example of a personalized. Is that still up there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks
Okay,
good.
perfect.
Looks good, Pat. Yep.
There you go. So that gives you an idea of some of the things that can be done and relatively quickly, correct?
Now, does that feel personal, or does the generated, hey, it's your birthday text or email that comes through once a year feel personal? Again, that's rhetorical. Whatever works for you. We're just trying to show people what is working in the 2027 digital gold rush is what we're calling it.
Right.
Could even add a song to it if you want to get real
And
fancy.
we do.
Gemini, that makes it real personal too. It brings it.
And we could show that. We could even add that in. Gemini,
Yeah.
you could create a personalized birthday song on the free version in 1 second with a 1 second prompt. Our dear friend Stacy Servino's down there. We could create a song for her in 10 seconds, connect a picture, and send it over. That's the kind of things that we'd like people to start paying attention to as we get further in.
Okay,
But-
so do you want to share like a video that you guys did?
Sure.
Yeah, we're going to do, because we do practical things within our school academy as well. It's not just all business related. These are things to help in your personal life as well. So we're going to get ready to show you, I think, the vacation.
Yep. So these are our class tiles, and this is what we teach. We're going to be adding Claude here. But as you notice, we don't have Claude yet because it's overwhelming people. We just added Gemini, and we've been adding those types of things, right? So if we go under our ChatGPT section, all right, and just let me know if there's any issues, guys, because we can't see that part. There we go.
Road trip or even a business trip. Today we're going to show you a practical AI skill that can save you time, reduce frustration, and help you create a better experience.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, a cruise, a family vacation, or a dream trip, AI can become your personal travel assistant.
Let's dive in. Open up ChatGPT and simply tell it where you're thinking about traveling. This could be a weekend getaway, a family vacation, a cruise, a road trip, or even a business trip.
The next step is to provide some details. Tell ChatGPT who is going, how long you're staying, your budget, what kinds of activities you enjoy. The more information you provide, the better recommendations there will be.
For example, you might say, plan a 5-day trip to Cape Coral, Florida for 2 adults who enjoy waterfront dining, beaches, sightseeing, and relaxing.
Once ChatGPT creates a plan, start asking follow-up questions. Ask for restaurant recommendation, hidden gems, local attractions, day trips, or even a complete daily itinerary.
You can also ask ChatGPT to create a packing list, estimate travel costs, suggest the best time to visit, or compare multiple destinations if you're trying to decide where to go.
Now let's plan a real vacation and see what ChatGPT comes up with. We hope this lesson inspires your next adventure and helps you spend less time planning and more time enjoying the journey.
Be sure to share your travel prompts and itineraries with the community. Check the school calendar and participate for your weekly leadership recognition.
So with that, you could do if, hey, I'm planning to do an open house. You could put anything in there and it can schedule, it can, tell you, hey, on day 1, you do this, day 2, you do this, day 3, hey, my open house is a week away. And I'll tell you daily activities every day, what to do, to be able to promote that open house. Right.
And you can even do like a neighborhood, market inventory search, so then if you want to send that to some of your clients in a local geographic area, you can follow up with them and say, hey, I just sent you some a 1-page infographic on what the market updates are. If you ever have a conversation, let's sit down, right? That's some ways that you can generate some additional conversation.
Yep. On that, if I could just bear with me a second, you guys could keep talking. Let me see if I can find Peggy's.
Right, because go ahead. You
go ahead, Patrick.
Right, because one of the topics is being an expert. Like one of the things that I always talk about constantly is, being a professional, be a student of your craft, really understand. It doesn't matter if you're a loan officer, if you're a realtor, really be an expert. And part of this is really researching different areas, whether it be a certain neighborhood you want to canvas and really be that expert and reach out. And you can use AI to just talk about, hey, what inventory is in that area, median prices, days on market, what new restaurants, what new development, whatever, and then send that information out, because people may not remember a number, but they remember you as the expert in that community. And I remember interviewing a woman, which was completely fascinating to me, where she knocked on doors, and her thing was she canvassed a neighborhood and she just knocked on doors every day. And, she would take, one block, then a different block, that kind of thing, and just say, and then have literature, have information in hand saying, hey, I'm your local realtor. I'm the expert of this, area. The library on such and such day is doing this, and she would have flyers, different things. And just by knocking on the door, say, hey, by the way, if you ever think about selling, blah, 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 I'm here for you. I sold that house, I sold that one, that kind of thing. And she did a door knocking where, heck, here you
This
can.
is your door knocking. This is your door hanger, right?
Digital door hanger.
So this is what you send to people. Everybody has their phone in their hand. It's a one pager. It's, got simplistic things on it. It's a quick read, and it can generate and spark some conversation. That's really all we're trying to do, is just get in front of people and making the back end a lot easier.
Did this come up clear, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so we did a live CMA clinic to show people how to do a CMA. We'd like you to see what our students and our class has learned and how they do their CMAs, and you could let us know. Now, we do tell everybody that's listening, these are not licensed tools. You do have to still refer to your licensed lending professionals, your real estate professionals, your Bright MLS. These are checked and then double checked.
Right.
I will say we find very few mistakes at this level of the game now. So we did a CMA class, and let me see if I can enlarge this. This is Peggy Fitzgerald. This is what her CMA looks like, and then this became her packet to her client. This is a snapshot of the area. This is the property. This is the market review. This is the value and everything with the top schools with the phone numbers. If you could see down here,
Right.
I'm going to go through it again. And then here's the comparable sales with reasonings. This is what our listing presentations and CMAs now look like.
And you can brand it with your, with your brokerage logos, with your picture, whatever you want to do to add on to it. But this is what, six slides?
So
Very
we
easy.
took this class that day. We took that class. It doesn't have the time. She had this. We tell everybody after the class to go and then try it in the community. She had that full presentation done about 6 minutes after the class. Anybody online, would that help anybody? Anybody that's listening, can you drop something? Can you drop in the comment? If do your listing presentations and do your CMAs look like what Peggy Fitzgerald's do? If they don't, you should, or else Peggy Fitzgerald's going to be getting your business.
That Peggy.
Poor Peggy. Peggy's not even here to defend herself.
Okay, so I have a question. So what are you seeing are the biggest mistakes you're seeing with real estate professionals when it comes to AI? Is it just trying to do too much as opposed to what you mentioned with Bruce Lee, perfecting that kick? Is that what you would say or no?
So I think some of the mistakes, 2026 has come around a lot better than 2025. I think a lot of folks were resistant to it. I think in 26, a lot of people have realized that AI is here to stay. And if they feel like they're behind the sidelines, they should just jump in right now. Some of the mistakes are you're just continuing to use, and it's nothing wrong about using some of the older lead generation things, but we're in a more digital market now, and by digital it's across multiple platforms. So I think that that's where some of the mistakes are still happening. You got to get in front of your clients, highly visible on your digital platforms.
And the way you are doing this right now, Patrick, and the way you could see Stacy and I building our school community, and our friend Tina down there, she's one of our students. She has a credit community, build a small community. And shout out to Madam Presidente, Miss Collier. We have the GPAR president here. Hi, Madam President. Nice to see you.
Listen,
thank you.
She's always the president. It could be 10 years from now. She's still the president.
I know, not the current.
I love Madam. I love Miss Collier. So, I lost my train of thought. I apologize. You want to make sure that you're paying attention to the digital marketing. We have a lot of legacy marketing going on, and we work with a lot of those folks. The people who are mastering their legacy marketing with their digital marketing, oh, absolutely they're just standing out way above everyone else.
Got to incorporate it.
So as scary as it was for me and Stacy, we're going to be door knocking in Florida. We're going to be going business to business, door knocking. That's scary for us. That's not something we're trained in. But somebody like Stacy Sorvino, I apologize if I said that wrong. She might be an expert in that, So now she might want to be switching to digital. Combining those two skills are the real estate agents that are really going to stand. If we ignore legacy marketing, we'll fail. If they ignore digital marketing, they'll fail. Build your communities in Facebook. Build your communities in these areas where you can have a private community like you did, Patrick, and we did. So even if it's 30 or 40 people, have a small community where people know where they can reach you and you can put your stuff and you can reach out to them. It costs $0 to do those things, everybody. That's a mistake agents are making right now. Build that community.
So if what I'm hearing is the biggest difference between agents that are thriving and that are struggling, are you saying is that marriage in between the two of digital and doing traditional? Because
Need
guess
to
what?
incorporate.
People want hold handing, they want that 100%, but then
100%.
good. So
Yeah,
you're
incorporate the two.
Just
Okay.
like we were scared to learn legacy marketing because we come from digital backgrounds, the people that are doing their legacy marketing have to reach out to folks like us and you and Justin and other people that are teaching and get that piece tied in. They're going to find that a lot of the new tools make the legacy marketing even more efficient, even better, even more higher of an ROI.
Okay. Okay. So another question is how could you set up tasks that you do repeatedly? And let's say they could be presentation checklists. It could be buyer consultation checklist, open house checklist, so on and so forth. Now, how would you suggest doing that? Because these are things that you're going to do all the time. And then once you have it done one time and you have that system in place, that you can always re-access that. And once again, this is all to save time. Go ahead.
3 tools. The reminder tool in Apple phone is phenomenal. Nobody knows how to use it, never does. Awesome tool. Calendly is an awesome tool. It automates just about everything in your life for you as far as a calendar. Okay. And then ChatGPT has a scheduler built right into it. 3 different things, all cost 0 or very little to use.
Okay. And then as far as your checklists and all that kind of stuff, you can create that on chat and store that all in one place, or where you could always, pull that back up, correct?
You can. Yes.
And
So if you want to do an
yeah,
example.
I'll do a quick share. Good for everybody. We appreciate it.
And this is the stuff that we're talking about to help any business, forget about agents, loan officers, any business be more productive. So it gives you more time to do the $1,000 activities as opposed to doing the $50 activities. You really want to be able to do as many $1,000 activities and minimize the $50 activities, because the $50 activities will just eat you alive, and then you'll turn around and say, hey, 50 here, 50 there, I'm not making enough money. I'm dying over here.
That's exactly right. You want to focus on your money producing activities and have your admin done by your large language.
So you could just simply see that we have capital letters here. We have pinned. So as you can see, we've been talking to Dan Martell. If anybody knows who Dan Martell is, he's bought and sold dozens of multi-million-dollar companies, and he's been reaching out to us. But what you can see here is we pin the conversations we need, and we capitalize important things, clients, and things like that. So if I was to go into my Florida notes, you might notice something that looks familiar.
There you go.
And you can see
birthday.
how easy it was. it did the rest, right? So these are the things that we like to show folks so that you could see. So you have your scheduler right here. You could schedule things, and if you want to reach out to us, I'm sure Justin's going to have our school link available. We teach a lot of this stuff, but the important point, and Stacy had mentioned hallucinations earlier, okay? If we want to talk about our lunch and launch program, where we come out for 90 minutes and we teach a room. Everything we do is only in this conversation. Okay. If I want to talk about our Florida notes or our ecosystem, that's our, all our technology and things. It's all right here, and it has everything that we need right here. I put a post there earlier about, but you can see we have our ZHL intro, right? This is a Renaissance campaign for a client. We're selling two beautiful homes in South Philadelphia. This might take a little bit, but anytime we work on Barbara Capozzi's properties, everything is right here. So we never have to go back. And if I need a flyer, it's already here. We don't have to keep retraining what we're showing everyone. Okay, guys. So that's a very, very important tool that most people just simply don't understand. Now, people will train GPTs. Daryl from Australia is online. He's one of our engineers that helps us in the background. Hey, Daryl, he's a Canva expert. And he uses custom GPTs and things like that. They're wonderful. A lot of times they're a little wonky for the average user, but they're extraordinary tools.
Okay. And then like Facebook ad publishing, all that kind of stuff. Can you go into a little bit of that?
Yeah.
You can even play a video on it if you like.
Yeah,
Sure.
Facebook ads are, and these are why, we're trying to save also people a lot of money for their marketing techniques, right? If you're going to do some of that legacy marketing, also, again, include the digital part of it, because the Facebook ads, you can spend 0 to very little money to post an ad in Facebook that Bruno's going to be pulling up and sending that out to the world, right? You can pick whatever city, states that you're focused on. If you have a listing in Pennsylvania, we might have New Yorkers, Californians, we might have other, states coming in to look at that. You just gain visibility. So he's going to show you the Facebook ad, I believe, that we have up in our library that we also. But that was a great question. And this is a great opportunity for people to spend a lot less on marketing and get further reach.
And guys, if you're going to launch an ad and you've never done it before, you can reach out to us for free, and we will certainly help you before you press publish. And we'll tell you. So under our paid ads tab, okay, you can see first you have to get in the professional dashboard. I'm not going to have that video on for you today, but we'll just show you the special ad category. Can everybody please write down the word special ad category, housing or finance? Make sure that is depicted before ever using these tools, okay?
That makes your ad a legal ad on the social, on Facebook.
All right, now that you're inside your professional dashboard, you're ready to run your first ad.
But before anything goes live, we need to make sure that you're all set up the right way, especially when it comes to Meta's special ad categories.
Now that you're inside Ad Manager, let's build your first ad.
Choose your objective, set your audience, and keep things simple to start.
But before anything goes live, make sure you select the correct special ad category.
Housing for real estate, finance, or lending, this keeps you compliant with Meta.
Start small, test and build from there. Next module, Stacy and I will begin to start to show you how to create effective ads. Don't forget to ask your large language model about Facebook ads. This skill will boost your business immediately.
Keep this simple, stay compliant, and don't overthink it as you get started.
Start small, test and build from there, and stay plugged into school. The more active you are, the more you access and unlock. And who knows, you might even end up at the top of the leaderboard.
So some of these ads could be things that if you have a new listing, you want to market, to get a little bit more attention, perhaps on it, or even if I guess you could even advertise open house and anything that you
Yes,
could do
absolutely.
with that.
100%.
Okay,
You
so
just
I
have
have
to
a
select the
question
right
for you.
category and then you're compliant.
Right. Okay, so I have a question for you. Or actually, I'm going to go back because I thought this was super important. So when you said when you're prompting ChatGPT, you start off with a little bit general, just so it sort of brings up all the information, and then you dive into it. Say that one more time for anybody who came in new, because I thought that was, that was really good.
Let me use a human analogy. So, Pat, you work with Jared every day, and you go to Jared. Jared, I need a file about 123 Smith Street. I need all their lending. I need all their scores. I need all the packages available, and I need you to do that and just bring it right over to me right now. And then what's Jared going to do? He's going to do his best, right? Instead of treating your large language model as if it's understanding you so quickly like a human might, break the prompts down into steps and let it absorb the information. A, it brings all the information forward. And then B, as you train ChatGPT more, different than Claude and Gemini, the questions that it will give you back will be more personalized, like you say, more personalized toward you, your neighborhood, and your surroundings. If you're faith-based, if you're married, so you're going to start to have a companion that's actually working for you and with you. Whereas Claude and Perplexity and other platforms just work for you. Chat works with you as well.
Yeah, you want to season it first, right? So set the act as role. That's a really important part of what you want to place into your chat, because you want to set the tone as they're acting as whatever you're asking it to do. If we're saying about a home inspection report, act as a top licensed PA licensed inspector. Again, these are not all licensed tools, but it will help navigate and dissect, these documents and things like that. So it's all about seasoning it, and making those hallucinations come down very minimal.
And I know we're close on time, Pat, but this was a special class from Southwest Florida. So if you guys want to hang out an extra 15, 20 minutes or so, we're okay to do that. We were here for at least another half hour. So it's up to you, Patrick.
Yeah, we're good with
Okay,
it. If
perfect.
anybody has questions too.
We want to let
Yeah,
everybody
no,
ask
absolutely. If
questions.
people have questions, bring them up. But I have another question for you. Where do you see AI in real estate in the next 3 years/5 years? What are your thoughts as far as that's concerned?
I wouldn't do, I'm sorry, David.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I wouldn't do 3 or 5 years. In 3 or 5 years, real estate's going to be completely unrecognizable. I would be mostly concerned about 2027. And I would make sure that folks that are already doing a pretty decent job in real estate work on a potential podcast. They work on their front of the house social media, let their CRMs do their follow up. Again, a lot of folks, and there's people on this channel that we work with every day that spend more time in their CRM than they do replying to the comments of the people asking about the properties they're listing. We spend all day answering those questions and letting our automation send them the heavy lifting. When we get a comment about something, we respond. There's people on the channel I'm looking at right now that get comments all day and never respond back. I'll take a comment. I'll take a comment on one of our 5 buyer tip posts and respond to that person than I would ever like back in my CRM email. Those people want to talk to you if they comment on that post. They want to hear from you. So, collaboration on social media is something that has to happen. Building your own podcast. We're going to be doing a class in our school on how to build a podcast for under $800. And we're going to be showing agents how to do that. We implore people, Pat, you've done a great job with Justin and Blessed Media and Jared in the background. It takes a village. It takes a lot of people. But you are going to need to be in. Gary Vee has been doing a great job. I know Gary Vee curses a lot. He's not exactly my flavor, but the guy is ahead of every single trend. He's talking about TikTok Shop right now. Stacy and I built a brand new TikTok page 2 days ago from step 1. And we have all these people following our journey. So if anyone wants to follow it, let us know. We're showing each thing that we're doing and how we're getting followers step by step. And we're going to show everybody how to build a TikTok shop from scratch and how to get to 1,000 followers, 5,000 and 10,000 followers step by step this summer.
Bruno, if I could interject real quick, I'm sorry, Stacy. I just
Mhm.
want to say this because you said something really important. I've been talking about the power of podcasting and building a content machine for years, and I felt like, it was just kind of before its time, and
You
then
were ahead of your
now,
time.
and
That's
now that
correct.
AI is here, it just makes it so much more easier. But in the same sense, when you're bringing on guests, we talked about it earlier, right? It's so important that you bring on guests that are going to share the whatever event you're doing to help get more people in the room, to help with marketing. And I just want to say this in front of everybody, Bruno. You have been, out of everybody we worked with on the Power Hour, not to shame anybody, not putting anyone down, but you have been the most engaging in the marketing process. You have been the best to work with collaboratively as far as sharing digital assets, commenting, sharing posts, providing content. Like, I didn't even have to create the banner. Like, you took a job away from me. I was like, you're the man, bro. You just saved me like a whole hour. And that's just how tight and you got your stat. And I totally respect everything you guys are doing. And we talked earlier about some potential collaborations, but I do really want to get involved in your guys' school to see how I can add value and just be a part of the community, because I love what AI Unlocked is doing. And I think you guys are doing a hell of a job. You guys are just like skyrocketing. And
And
a
we're
couple
here for the
years,
long haul. So we're here to keep growing and building with everyone. So if anybody had
but
any kind of
remember a couple of years
misperceptions, yeah.
ago at your Christmas party, like, I don't even think this was on the radar, right?
It was not. No.
And
No.
to see from there to here, I personally seen your guys' journey.
Thank
And
And we've watched yours as well, and Patrick's and everybody. And the goal, guys, was always what? It was collaboration. We've been on Pat's show, I think, 4 times. Pat has sponsored 3 or 4 of our events. Jared Hill's on here. I see Tina on here. I see Ryan Milburn on here. I see these folks, and of course, Madam Presidente. All these folks. We've done deals with Stacy. Stacy says, I know I'm saying her name right. Sansorino. There we go. Thank you. I apologize, Stacy. The goal is collaboration. Guys, the CRM is the cure. But to bring people to you, you have to be in front of your people. Digital media brings that to you in spades. If people comment on, I watch Jared's stuff all day long. Jared Hill, Four Hills Junk Removal. He does our personal properties. He does all of our clients. He puts great content up. Jared, people comment on your stuff all day long. I know you're a busy family man and you believe in Christ. You have to make a minute to say, thank you. I love that you put that comment there. That person might say, oh, you know what? Someone just passed. I could use your service. They're empty leads. And guys, please check your inboxes. We've been in all of your inboxes. Nobody checks their Facebook Messenger or their Instagram inboxes. There might be leads in there from 10 years ago you guys are missing.
Yeah.
Guys,
Because don't forget, when you post your Facebook ads, they go to your DMs. If you're looking at your DMs, you are potentially losing a client for the listing that you're putting up or whatever you're sponsoring, or a potential lead for something else. So those are missed opportunities. So you really have to pay attention to your digital market. If you're going to do lead gen and incorporate digital marketing as part of it. If it's an hour, if it's a half hour, whatever your time that you can devote to it. We suggest at least an hour of your day.
I'm going to use another analogy that folks can really appreciate. We really love the platform and everybody's patience because we could talk about this all night. Imagine how much time folks spend door knocking, and they're super successful. We know a lot. Maria Quattrone with her systems is amazing the way she does it. So if a door knocker is spending 2 hours knocking on doors, they're getting human interaction. They're getting that lead. That's amazing, right? So you spend all this time creating content to put it online. get the comment, and then leave it there. So that's like knocking on the door, somebody answering, and then you walking away. That's the kind of connection we're trying to make for people to understand. While the CRMs are doing the heavy lifting and the boring, tedious work, that isn't for you to go, to the Thursday Night Dart League more often. It's for you to go and, like Stacy said, interact with the people that were kind enough to interact with you. That is the best thing you can do right now.
People all over the world, right? And we can do real estate all over the world. So why wouldn't we want to reach out to all those folks and see who we can gain connections
Pat,
with?
barring any more questions, if you want to open up everybody's mics, we would love to talk to people.
No, 100%. I have two more questions. What AI workflow flow or tool has been the biggest impact on your business?
It's not even close. It's ChatGPT. The other tools are just not even close. And I know that you're going to read and you're going to get different opinions from other experts, and that's fine. But as we trained our 10,000 students, average between 5 and 40 million views a month on 13 different platforms, and it's just my wife and I, we can give you proof, and other people just keep talking at you with slide decks. So, you could spend time with the more complicated systems, but ChatGPT is where I would spend most of my time, and we do spend most of our time.
Okay.
We have our stack is 61 programs. We have 61, our video stack alone is 11 stacks.
Okay, so here we go. If you could leave everybody, real estate professionals in this room or on this Zoom, one piece of advice that could dramatically improve their business over the next year, what would that be?
Pay for ChatGPT Pro
$20
for $20. It's your best $20 you'll ever
A
spend.
month, $20 a month.
A month. But hey, I mean, there's a
Well,
lot.
you don't need the 200.
You don't need the 200, just the $20. And I don't know, we become part of our school. I mean, we are teaching everybody from the exact downloads and all the tutorials.
Yeah,
Just get involved so it's not
going up to
overwhelming.
$97 and $197.
It's only $27.
Right now, it's $299 for the entire year. I hate to plug it, but everybody needs it, and we're getting so much great results from it. If you ask me one thing that I would like everybody to leave with, to give them one thing, their health. Right now, your health is more important than anything we talked about. As I just survived kidney cancer, I survived it with the help of my family. A lot of the people on here, Jared and his team, Daryl, there's people on this channel that have been here for my family when I was sick, but ChatGPT guided me through it, helped us understand it better. So guys, these tools are helping us in every aspect of our lives. We were going to show you another video about how we use a recipe. If we have time at the very end, maybe we'll close with it.
No,
maybe we'll close.
Yeah,
let everybody get some questions.
So go ahead. Anybody has some questions? I'm looking here at the chat. I'm not really. Go ahead.
Nobody has any.
Why don't you look for that?
If you have a question, you
video?
can raise your hand. Anybody have a question? Raise your hand, and we can get you in orderly fashion. I know somebody's got to have a question.
Okay, what was the prompt to be
compliant
on Facebook?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great question. So you can type that question right into ChatGPT and put the subject and the state, and it'll give you the compliance.
Okay, so you can just type that on ChatGPT.
It was a phrase you said, type something before you do anything.
Oh, thank you. Hey, Stacy, it's so nice to see you. How are you? So you would say, act as a top licensed PA realtor, and you can even dig a little deeper in the township of Philadelphia, if it matters, if it's more important. And you
act as. That will trigger your chat to go into that specific role. Yes. So just define the state. If you want to narrow it down to the neighborhood, you can do that, but just act as. Yes. That's the role.
That wasn't it. It was a phrase that you said. It was right before you showed us the Facebook ad. You said, type this and so that you're compliant with the law.
Oh, good. So with the Facebook ad, you have to make sure that the special ad category housing is dechecked, is depressed. I don't know the right word. It's clicked, toggled on before you continue, and it's a little tricky. So if you have a hard time with it, Stace, just call us and we'll walk you through
So
it.
it's the special ad category.
Special ad category. If
And
you
that would
can't
be
find
housing.
it, well, for you, it would be for us housing. For you, Patrick, it would
Be
be lending, and then for Jared, it might be politics because he's a good-looking guy that everyone loves. So maybe it'll be political for him later, or even Ryan Milbourne down there, or
I think
Madam
it does have an
Presidente.
other. Yeah.
Great question. And Stace, don't be afraid to ask your large language model that. I'm running a Facebook ad as a realtor. How do I make sure my ad stays compliant? You can also put your image into ChatGPT and have it analyze it as a top ethics and GPAR president and make sure that it's good for GPAR or NAR or whatever you're trying to accomplish. So again, I can rewrite all this for anybody at another time. Please feel free to reach out.
Okay, so we have another comment here. Talk about, can you please get to the recipe? My wife's a terrible cook. No, I'm teasing.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Although on YouTube, I did, the one guy did turn around. He said he put in the chat saying, give me the best, non-floured pizza dough. And it came up with a recipe. It searched everywhere and it came up with a recipe that he tried, and he actually did it on his little podcast or little reel or
We're
whatever you
going to
want to
show
call
you.
it.
Oh, sorry, Stacey.
Yeah, so this one is actually this one we took a picture of the interior of our refrigerator. So you're gonna get a chance to see this.
Can you see the screen okay, guys?
Yes.
And if the videos are a
He
little
has another
slower,
question, guys. Do you
Yeah.
have any AI suggestions to help manage email?
absolutely.
Oh, God,
Chat
yeah.
GPT.
Yeah, you can scrape those.
Or more efficiently, Gemini connects right to it. But if you're using chat or Gemini, all you have to do is say, how do I connect my Gmail to you so that you can scrape it for promos or whatever you want? Stacy, if you need to call us, please do. Happy to walk you through it.
Well, they now have the task set up, Bruno, in ChatGPT where you can set up like your COO or something, chief operating officer, where it will basically every day give you a briefing of the most important things going on in your email.
That's right,
Because
Justin. That's
Yeah.
right.
Pat knows I'm not in
That's
my
right.
email box because I'm
Justin,
editing
take
his
that.
videos.
Take that scheduler one step further and tell it to create an infographic and then send it out with your branding and then send it out on ChatGPT on Facebook so you got more content.
Oh,
Ooh, I knew you were going to say that.
come on.
All right, can you guys, and we're going to boost our Wi-Fi signal. We just got down to Florida, so hopefully our Wi-Fi signal will get a little stronger for our next one, Pat. Pat, I'd like to schedule another one before we leave. We'll be here till September. I'd like the same people to jump back on before we leave and see where we are in just 2 months' time. I think everybody's going to be just as excited as well.
Absolutely.
Great idea.
All right, so we're going to go to our ChatGPT class. We're going to click here. We're going to show you a different type of different way we teach. We're also going to be teaching this skill at the end, probably going into the fall. And you guys will see some of this. Let me just find here. All right. This is just another skill that we'll be teaching once we get everything up and running here.
Welcome to AI Recipe Creator. In this beginner-friendly lesson, Bruno and Stacy are going to show you a simple, everyday way to use ChatGPT. Step 1. Open your refrigerator and take a clear photo of the ingredients you already have. Step 2. Open ChatGPT. Step 3. Tap the plus sign in the Ask ChatGPT section. Step 4. Upload your refrigerator photo. Step 5. Type this prompt. Act as a creative, health-conscious home chef. Look at this refrigerator photo and suggest 3 simple meal ideas using the ingredients you can identify. Include 1 healthy option, 1 quick option, and 1 fun, creative option. Also create a short grocery list of anything I may need to complete the meals. Now ChatGPT can look at your real ingredients and help turn them into practical meal ideas. You can ask it to make the meals healthier, higher protein, lower carb, kid-friendly, budget-friendly, or easier for meal prep. This is practical AI. Simple prompt, real photo, fast results. Once ChatGPT gives you the recipe ideas, you can refine them. Ask for step-by-step cooking instructions. Ask for calories or macros. Ask for a grocery list. Ask it to turn the recipe into a clean one-to-one infographic for Facebook or Instagram. This is how AI becomes useful in everyday life. Small, simple wins like this help you understand the real power of your AI companion.
Mhm. A lot of people love this one when we put that on.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely great because, like I said, you know, this person wanted to make a pizza dough out of cottage cheese because they didn't want, and people say cottage cheese, what the hell are you talking about? But it was really crazy how they made it in 25 minutes. Boom. You know, he was able then to turn around with that recipe, make it in front of us. Well, in YouTube, and to cook it and made the pizza, which would be a low carbohydrate, type of pizza, high in protein.
Right?
So it was,
Healthy options.
yeah. And what it did, it just searched and it found, recipes, and hey, he tried one of the recipes out, and he ended up saying it tasted great, but who knows? But but yeah,
Well,
you can do some crazy stuff.
imagine taking that picture when you're walking through the fields of Lancaster, PA. And, I didn't have a backyard until I was in my 40s, being from the city. And there's manhole covers in the grass. And here's me and Stacy. We're with our clients, and I have no idea what I'm looking at. They were
I just
looking.
knew there was a lot of them.
I took a picture while they were checking out something else in the yard, and it turns out that it's a septic tank that was 22 years old, that was good for 3 to 5 people, and I was able to sound like I was an absolute expert. So they're the types of things where this can relate from your kitchen to a mold infestation while you're on a showing. Now,
Just a neat idea.
yeah, but you're always going to check with your professionals, but it makes us look and feel much better to help our clients because we're giving them better information. And the next calls to a mold remediation specialist, but it does tell you levels of mold and everything. And then we'll say, listen, this is obviously not our specialty, but we have the phone number and we're going to get this taken care of for you. So these are the way we're teaching practical AI and then translating it to let it be credit specialists, let it be painters, let it be roofers, let it be home inspectors, let it be lenders. Doesn't matter the skill. It's just understanding how to use them.
No, and that right there, once again, the survey that NAR did, that's what over 70% of people wanted, was an advisor, and that's a perfect segue to that, where you turn around and you walked in and said, huh, this looks a little dark. This could potentially be mold. That an average person would walk right by that. And in turn, you took a picture or whatever, say, listen, trust me, I'm not an expert when it comes to this, but it's something that we may want to look in if you're really interested in this property, because this is, part of the inspection process of it, we should definitely check out.
Yeah, and not to make people even more crazy, but it now has video. So you could click the video option on ChatGPT. A guy like Jared for Four Hills could span the whole room and say, tell me how much furniture and things are in this room right now, and then he could price it out.
Could also find out the square footage,
Yep.
things like that.
Square footage, everything else. Yep. So, again, it's taking that legacy idea, taking these very practical tools and making these superhuman real estate agents. And that's what we're creating on our way to 1 million trained is our goal. 1 million trained students is our goal. worldwide.
So the key is we have up in the chat your school, your information as far as that's on there. So anybody's interested, please take a look at that. Because we everybody needs a little bit of a hand holding, but ultimately it's just actually go on and play around and try figuring it out yourself, and even ask chat, how do I do this? How do you ask it itself, and it will tell you. I mean, it's pretty wild.
That's how Bruno and I learned a lot of what we did. And the reason why we were getting so much feedback from the workshops that we were doing to help people, be interactive with it was so that you could work at your own capacity and to take that overwhelm out of it. So that's truly what people have been telling us since they've joined the school platform. And that was basically feedback that we were getting from people that wanted more. And we couldn't we're full-time realtors, so we wanted to do one-to-many.
Yeah, and I could promise you, if me and Stacy send our listing, we go to our list with our listing presentation that comes with video, beautiful graphics, and it's just 3 or 4 slides with a video that was all created by AI about the neighborhood. We are going to beat the other listing people fighting for that listing. If we send our comps out and our comps look like the way ours look versus that blue hyperlink that you click on, and you say, listen, use the blue hyperlink as well, but here's visuals for you, I promise you, they're going to refer us to their cousins, nieces, and nephews quicker than the person that was so detailed and analytical. Just in today's world, they're going to find that it's just too much for them to absorb versus just having really strong visuals.
Bite-sized content.
Perfect. Okay, so we're going to wrap things up because I know your time is very valuable. Is there anything else, any other questions, or is there anything you want to end on? Any thoughts or anything that we haven't?
Follow Shelby Haas. Follow the kid from School of Hard Knocks, James Molden. Thank you. Demulin. Thank you.
The School of Hard Knocks.
School of Hard Knocks, James Demulin. And I would follow Gary Vee if you can handle all the cursing. These 3 people are leading the charge in today's digital economy. They really, really are. They're showing you how to get in front of cameras. 2 of them are under 25.
Yeah. Shelby and James are 24 years old, and I want to be, and I will be, Shelby Sapp by the end of this summer.
Stacy's birthday present.
Yeah, I'm going to see her live along with Elena Cardone and Lori Reiner from Shark Tank. Super excited.
They're in Fort Lauderdale, so I got a ticket for Stacy. It's an all women's convention.
But if you watch their podcast, we implore you to watch these young 24-year-olds just crush it, and they are serious salespeople with all these tips and tricks, and just what they're doing is phenomenal. So follow them.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. The Power Hour. Really appreciate it once again. I know your time's super valuable. You normally get paid, so I'm going to say the check's in the mail, but it's really not. So don't wait too long.
Your money's very good. Your money's no good with us, Patrick.
There you go. So I really appreciate. Thanks for everybody. Yeah, thanks for everybody being on here today. The first Tuesday of every month. The next one, I have a big real estate agent that actually is running 2 teams, one in Philadelphia and one in Pittsburgh, and he's going to be talking about how he coaches up his realtors. So and which kind of interesting insight that he's in 2 different cities, and how is he managing these 2 big teams? I mean, we're talking about like 300 plus in between the 2. And then in September, super, super important for all you guys out there, the appraisal rules are changing. If you haven't heard about the update on appraisals, it's going to be big, because what's happening is the conventional appraisals are going to be a little bit more like an FHA appraisal, where the appraiser has to go in and has to cite certain things. So the appraisals are going to get more expensive, and they're going to take longer, to come in. So if you think, hey, I'm missing a GFI, or there's something wrong with my fuse box or whatever, circuit breakers or whatever. These are some things that on a conventional loan, these appraisers are going to have to look at. So we're going to really go in a deep dive of what to expect. And that's going to be in September, because in October, it's when the new rules go into effect. And that's going to impact all lenders and all realtors out there. Okay. And that's about it. As always, if anybody has any suggestions, anything that we can bring to you with the Power
Sign up
Hour,
for
let us know.
school. Sign up for school. We
Go
would
ahead and
love
sign
to
up for
have you.
school. There you
We
go.
would
We
love
have
to
a great
you.
group. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank
Okay.
you, everybody.
Listen, everybody, I just put Pat Lopez's new website in the chat. Be sure to check it out. Join the community. Listen, we thank you guys for joining the Power Hour, supporting the Dream Team AI Unlocked. I'm proud to say they were my recommendation. No pun intended, Pat. But
Thank you.
listen, I think this was powerful. We had a lot of views on YouTube. We had a lot of views on Facebook. You guys will get clipped up. I already tagged you guys in the story. So hope it was worth your while, worth your time. Hope you get some
Always.
signups.
Always.
And I'm looking forward, Bruno, to connecting more from what we were
Our
talking
next
about
our next
earlier.
event is July 26th with Cedric Collier in Naples, Florida at Legends Nightclub.
Okay.
And now is that just an in-person event, or is it going to be
And
live?
it's also paid for by sponsors. It's a free event as well. It's in person. Yep, in Naples, Florida. Yep.
Okay,
There's an
so
excuse to go to Naples, right?
It certainly
that's what
is.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
What's the
certainly
date
is.
Not a
again?
bad excuse. Yeah.
Come on down. We got plenty of bedrooms.
What's the date?
July 26th at Legends.
Listen, my son's birthday is July 18th, so you might
We'll
just
see you
catch
when you
me
get
in
down here,
Naples.
Dust.
Well, you have a place to
Yes,
stay. We're
sir.
only 50 minutes away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Love y'all. Dream Team
Okay.
Unlocked in the house. Power Hour, locking it down. See y'all on the next one.
Take care,
Peace.
guys. Thank you.
Thank
Take
you so
care.
much for your
God
time.
bless, guys.
And everybody that attended, we appreciate you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Have a good
You're
one,
very
guys.
welcome, Stace. Nice to talk to you.
Awesome. Awesome. That was a good one, Pat.
There you go. Take care. Thanks, Justin.
Yep. Let's go. Peace.